No doubt, I was extremely happy after this, but at the same time, I saw that final save and it made me very sad, nostalgic for this moment here, and I don't know how to deal with that. The Vegas Golden Knights win. It's in the corner right here. 5-4 in the shootout against the Philadelphia Flyers on the road as well. I think we're like, what, 6-1-1 on our away games in the last... What a turnaround from the beginning of the season, you know? Oh, what a turnaround in this game. We were down 3-0. Remember how last game, the first 40 from Vegas was perfect? Yeah, not at all. Like, we played really good hockey in spurts tonight. The Philadelphia Flyers outplayed us for most of this game, especially in the better half of the third and overtime. The fact that we even got to overtime in the first place was almost like, my mentality going into that is, hey, we got this far, we got a point out of this game after I was basically like ready to be like, oh no, I've got better things to worry about, I don't really need to focus on this game. This when we went down 3-0. But then you get to overtime after that and you're like, how can I be disappointed? But we're already at this point. We can win this game. Why not? Get what you can. Get the full 2 points. Don't settle for less. You deserve it. The Vegas Golden Knights probably didn't deserve it this time, but hey, that applies to you. If you're close to a win and you can go for it, just go for it, right? What am I talking? Early returns on Matvei Michkov, who he looked really solid. He looks like he can be the real deal. And he's tough. He scored tonight, which, hey, I'm glad he takes my rookie spot on my fantasy team. That's fantastic. And the statistics leading into the 3-0 lead for the Philadelphia Flyers might not look good for Samsonov, who was starting tonight. Also, before we get to why that might be, I need to address the other roster stuff because William Karlsson was out. I think him and his wife are expecting their second child. So he left for personal reasons, but hey, congrats to the Karlssons. Zach Whitecloud is injured and out. Fantastic. So we brought Robert Haig back into the lineup, who swapped for Nick Haig last game and is back in for Whitecloud. And he played the right side even though he's a left-handed stick. So that's interesting. But also, he played on the pairing with Nick Haig. I have no idea what to call that. I have no idea how to call that. Hats off to Dave Gosher and anybody. The Flyers, I didn't hear them, and Philadelphia gets scoring first, and it's not really Samsonov's fault going back to that point. He allowed 3 goals on the first 9 shots from Philadelphia. Not great, but at the same time, Owen Tippett muscles the puck away from Caden Korczak in the corner in the Flyers offensive zone and gets it to Ristolainen, who just fires it in, and that was not great, but that was a defensive breakdown from Korczak not being able to be strong enough on the puck, especially in our own defensive zone where we need to try to clear it out, but whatever. Okay, it's 1-0, right? We can get back into, and they scored again. It wasn't Ristolainen's goal. That's right, it was tipped. It was Morgan Frost's goal. Anyway, Konechny is able to shovel up the puck in the Flyers defensive zone this time. This is what a breakout looks like, Vegas. And he gets it to Couturier, who streams in. He's got a breakaway chance. He fires it, bar in. Bar in. That's gonna be important later down the line. Did I say Morelli was in for Karlsson? Morelli was in for Karlsson, and then the Haig. Yeah, so those are the changes. To start the second period, Philadelphia jumps on it even faster, and they're able to generate this chance because they kept getting the puck and kept, you know, going after it, and it pops out to Emil Andre, and he wires it and it goes in. It's 3-0. And at this point I'm like, okay, Vegas, like they're not in Philadelphia tonight. They're just checked out. It's been so far a long road trip, and you know, it's a lot, right? Quick forming play because Fedotov decides to play the puck, sends it around the boards. Vegas is able to get possession of the puck, sends it to in this high slot, Jack frickin' Eichel, who blasts it and it goes in, and it's 3-1. Okay, there it is. We can fight back into this. Yeah, like, of course. We're the Vegas Golden Knights, and we just start slow and let it burn, and then we come in alive, especially in the third period, right? Vegas kind of getting hemmed in, but Lawton gives up the puck to Jack Eichel. He's got a 2-on-1 with Barbashev, and they kind of cross paths as they go towards Fedotov. And then Eichel pulls back to his forehand, sends a pass over to Barbashev, and he one-times it in on basically an open net to make it a 3-2 game. Okay, yeah, let's go. We're right there. It's a 1-goal game. There's still about half the game left. Anything's possible. This game that we were completely out of like 5 minutes ago, yeah, so totally back in. And then Matt Vemichkov is able to score a goal for the Philadelphia Flyers to make it 4-2. Kind of suck that wind out from Vegas's tunnel, and it's a really good forward-checking play from him. There's a lot of like miscues with the puck that end up with him getting the puck towards him like 3 times in a row, but that's on him for creating his own luck by going to where the places that he needed to go and capitalizing on Vegas's complete defensive lapse of judgment there, and it winds up in the back of our net. And none of those 4 goals were really on Samsonov. And the thing is throughout the game, and especially in that third period and overtime, like, I don't understand what we were doing in overtime. We just kind of let them drive towards the net. We pushed them to the outside, not thinking like Sanheim was going to cut towards the net, and that's exactly what he does. And Samsonov had to be sharp. And that was with Eichel and Barbashev out there, who Eichel should be getting sulky consideration, but he probably won't because whatever. You know, it'd be really nice if one of the things that Vegas has been really good at all season to show up tonight to be able to pull us back within one. And, our power play that's been cold the last like 3 games, yeah, that can show up, right? Well, with 2 minutes left to go in the second period, we get a power play, and off the draw we win. Theodore passes it over to Dorofeev on the right, basically face-off dot. One-times it perfectly in. His 11th of the season, team leading 11th of the season, Pavel Dorofeev. Oh my goodness, this kid is so phenomenal. I'm gonna say that every time he scores, just get used to hearing that, please. Our power play, that hit the spot. That was good. And so we're within 1 going into the third period, which has been, we're the best time with Winnipeg, who has just been the best overall team this season, but in the third period, we're tied with them. Good company for the Vegas Golden Knights to be tied with them for a goal differential in the third period heading into tonight. And then I think we took the lead. That power play goal happened 5 seconds into the power play, so solid stuff. Ilya Samsonov was phenomenal tonight. Despite allowing 3 on 9 shots or whatever and allowing 4 goals, the expected goals that he was supposed to give up was about 4.5. At one point during the game, according to Money Puck, was above 5. And I don't really know how it went down from there, but the thing is he made incredible saves, like breakaway chances. It was a very wide open hockey game, a coach's nightmare. We heard that several times over the broadcast, but it was a very entertaining for the fans, and we heard that as well. But we allowed so many breakaway chances for Philadelphia, and Ilya Samsonov stepped up to the plate and was there, and when he wasn't, the posts were, and so that was good. And that was phenomenal. Most of the goals that Philadelphia scored were from setup plays in the offensive zone when they had numerous chances to score outside of that and on a ton of different odd man rushes, and there were good defensive sticks from Jack Eichel breaking up a 2-on-1, and you could tell he was very frustrated that he was in the 2-on-1, but he made the defensive play that he needed to, and he broke it up, and it was great. But just interesting stuff how Samsonov's stats from tonight don't look great, but he was the reason that we did not get demolished in this game by Philadelphia. They outplayed us for most of this game. With 8 minutes left, Hanifin, the Vegas kind of sets up. Hanifin dances towards towards the goal line with the puck, passes it over to the slot where Tanner Pearson shake loose from the defender and wires it past Fedotov to make it a tie game 4-4. And it was so relieving because the Vegas Golden Knights should be beating. I know we're injured, and I know that all this stuff, that's going on, and we're on this long road trip, whatever. We should be beating the Philadelphia Flyers this year. I know they're coached by Torts, and I know it's the NHL where any team can beat any team on any given night, right? But it's one of those things where you got to be beating the Montreal Canadiens, the Ottawa Senators, the Philadelphia Flyers, so that when you lose to the Toronto Maple Leafs, you're still able to be out of the last 4 games of this road trip with 6 out of 8 points. It's important for you to be able to do that. It's no matter who is in your lineup when you're supposed to be one of the, you know, top teams of the league. Ilya Samsonov really had to hold down the fort for the rest of the third period, but we get into overtime, and like I was saying, like, you got to be happy to be there, but like, you don't want to just be happy with being there. You want those 2 points, and Vegas did not get them into overtime. Because with like 2 minutes left, basically for the rest of overtime, Nick Waugh committed a holding penalty, and it was like, I don't know what he was thinking there. And there were a couple of opportunities. Fedotov had some really good saves as well, but Vegas in general didn't have that many high danger chances, whereas it felt like Philadelphia had a ton. And that might be the benefit that Samsonov had going into the shootout, which that penalty kill was phenomenal tonight. Our PK, we had it our way, and they ruled. In the shootout, Konechny goes first, loses the puck right at the goal line, so Samsonov didn't have to make the save, but he was there, and the puck bounced off of him, so save, right? Then we sent out Dorofeev first, which he leads the team in goals, 100%, but I was just kind of surprised that we didn't send out Jack Eichel, but hey, I'm not, like, yes, give him that opportunity. And he was stopped by Fedotov. It was a good play. Fedotov just read it really well, and so hats off to Fedotov for that. But round 2, Matvei Michkov goes next for Philadelphia, and he goes in and sends it off the post and out. And that's just, oh man, posts were really on our side tonight, and that is further emphasized by Vegas, who goes next with Jack Eichel. Eichel streams in, off the post, off the other post, and in the back of the net. It might have gone in and then back off the other post, but I don't care. It was a double dinger in, and so hey, that was fantastic for Vegas. Jack Eichel gets us on the board. All we need now is Samsonov to make the stop, and Vegas wins, and against Owen Tippett, that's exactly what he does. Vegas pulls off the comeback 3-0 down to win 5-4 in the shootout. And just a good reminder that Vegas is capable of doing these types of things. We lead the league, I think, in comeback victories, especially like multi-goal ones. There have been several where we probably should not have won, but we squeaked out the win because, hey, that's great. And against opponents that we should have we should be able to do that too. We're gonna test that a little bit more because on Wednesday, we face Colorado Avalanche at Colorado. It's not the Pepsi Center anymore. What is it? The Ball Arena. And yes, the Avalanche have struggled this year. They have injuries. Everyone has injuries, so but it'll be a good litmus test because they're supposed to be competing in the West with us, right? Even though they're 12-10-0. Also, happy Thanksgiving. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to post a video about these next couple of games. I'm gonna be in Nevada again, seeing my family for Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you. If I'm not able to see you for the games, I will recap them either this weekend / next week. I might have to just do a catch-up video next week. But thank you all for being here, and that's gonna do it for Game 22's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night. Go Knights go, rally. Jack Eichel's a beast.